Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Eastern Shore, USA. We have
and they totally
seasons
fixed
enabled.
Forestry. They totally fixed that stupid steering wheel helper thing. If you have a steering wheel plugged in, it's permanently grayed out off now on both those pages.
Steering wheel helper?
Yeah. Steering assist or whatever it was called.
Yeah.
You know, driving a turn, it's like somebody's fighting for the wheel.
Yeah. We're on, by the way. Just fine. GoldenEye, Will, Rabbit, Rob, Dojo Gaming, Chris, how are you doing tonight? Paul, I'm on the East Coast also. Douglas, welcome. Sorry to hear that.
Well, at least your live stream is something normal where it doesn't come through the headset like you're ready to punch a monkey.
Oh, man. I'll be right back.
How you doing, Genetic?
Ah, Vermont. That's some nice weather up there, isn't it?
How you doing, Darren?
Better than yesterday. That little NASCAR game about torqued me off. I never spent $100 on a overpriced turd before.
Well, we all do it sometimes.
That's why they say don't pre-order. Somebody has to, right?
Yep.
Does it say I'm still in?
It said you're joining or left the server.
Alright. It's cold and rainy.
Yeah, I was so mad. I was
cool
looking
here.
at
No rain.
I was reading everything on iRacing to see what that would cost to get a cup car.
On a new profile, it'd take a while.
Well, I didn't know if you could buy all the crap and you just do it on a, you know, their private thing. I don't want to.
Yeah, you could
I don't
definitely.
want.
You could definitely, yeah. And they added AI to that.
Well, let's see. That's what I'm looking for, where we can just have our own little league.
They added AI to NASCAR or to iRacing. I don't know how good it is. I've never done it. Oh, Rob, we're talking about games in general, not FS22. Pre-order all that all you want. Just use my links. Bipolar, what's up, BP?
Oh, trust me. You play that turd of a NASCAR game, and I was hooking up in multiplayer, and that makes this look like child's play.
I never got in. I just sat there at the matchmaking. I was like, I'm not
Well, I did, and then it throws you in there, and then there's like 3 tracks you get to choose from, or a random. You don't know who you're with. It just, oh, you don't know. I don't know who set up the settings. I got thrown in the race at Talladega or Daytona, somewhere like that. That's where most people want to run. Somehow ended up on the pole. You didn't know when you were in the car. All of a sudden, you just take out racing, and the steering wheel does its automatic crank and throws me right in the wall.
Yeah. That's the worst part.
I don't think that game was ready to be released.
No. That's the worst part is entry to practice, qualifying, and the race. It's like, boom, go. Whoa, what?
Yeah, I don't know why they just don't put you on the backstretch somewhere and let you just parade lap, like you used to be able to do like 20 years ago.
Well, the guy I watched covering the game before it was released was talking it up like it was made by the former people from Codemasters that did all the F1 racing games and stuff. And with the F1 racing games, you start 4 or 5 turns before you take control. The AI has you for a little bit, and then you kind of know that when you get to a semi-straight section of the track, like, you get control. When you're at a straight section, you know, so you're like, okay, I'm straight. You get control, and then, you know, you finish out the rest of the lap, and therefore you cross the start-finish line. You go through the last corner under your own control. But with NASCAR 21, it's just like you're 10 feet before the start-finish line, and boom. You're like, holy crap. What?
Yeah, we'll stop talking about that. Let me just finish by saying, if they could just bring back NASCAR Racing 2003 with all the pretty eye candy of this game, I'd be in heaven.
Alright, we got full hay over here for the cows in the pasture. Get ready, everybody, for Fact Sheet Friday. No surprise what's coming up tomorrow, right?
I'd be all about it if there was like a retro NASCAR game back in the 60s, 70s, maybe early 80s.
Oh, back when it was real
Well,
racing.
that was a good thing about that game, because we had modders that did all that. We had that. We had the trucks. We had the Bush Series cars known back then. It was pretty awesome.
Oh, cool, Brian.
Hello.
Something else you'll notice is we have mud. Now that it's raining. Well,
Oh,
guess who?
we're here.
So we got sheep and cows. See if your grazing works.
All right, nice.
I've planted via F11 easy def controls crops that should be plantable right now.
Now that barn up there, the dairy barn, the one that's down at the far west of the map, that one may not do well with grass, because there's really no grass inside that enclosure to speak of.
Yeah,
But
we
the
didn't
little
buy any of them.
Yeah, the pasture will have grass in it real good, though. And I saw the other day when you were placing the pasture that it also puts down grass, too, so that's good. So at least that works.
Oh, I'm glad you paid attention, because I didn't.
Yeah, that's why I like to watch these things.
Poplar trees have an interesting spring color to them.
Yeah, they do. That's something GTX came up with, so I just rolled with it. I'm still having trouble cutting those, so I'm not really sure what the deal is with that. With a chainsaw. So I just got them sitting around as decoration. There's not really any to speak of on viable land that I can find, but there's a few here and there. But
I see we have yellow grass in the spring.
which one was that? The small grass?
There's some yellowish looking grass and some houses.
I know some of the short grass looks kind of anime greenish, almost like a yellowy green color. These are the same.
It's livable.
Yeah, these are the same textures here that Darren helped me with for Nebraska land. So I just, such a nice combination, I just went with it. The only textures that are new are ones I put in for the shrubbery that has the collisions in it. And then I also made some custom textures for the roadside grass that's planted everywhere that you cannot cut. And And then I had to bring in some old textures that I had made for 2017 Churn for the water plants, the reeds. So they changed color too. Getting my game updated, and I'll try to get in there in just a minute.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Eastern Shore. We are doing seasonal testing today. We've got the build that has seasons installed, all the various textures and items. We also have a built-in Geo Metro. Is it Geo built in or is it an add-on mod? I didn't
It's built in. It's a modified version of the Virginia one, so it seems to work fairly well, so I'm gonna see what y'all think of it.
Connor, good morning to you. Good morning to BP. El Capitalista. Chris. Rob Woods. Chris. All Dogo Gaming.
Whoops.
Hey. And
maybe I cut the wrong tree now, Will. You want to...
Oops.
No, never mind. You're not the one.
Yeah, I'm trying to get on. I ain't made it yet.
Hold on.
What did you cut down?
One of these big old poplars.
You cut down the poplar. Cool. Okay.
This video is brought to you by Talgar. Thank you for being a farm baron.
I ran into a volume tree yesterday that I could not cut down. It wouldn't cut no matter what. So the map object remover took it away quite nicely.
Just explode it with dynamite.
I know, right?
It just seems like these...
Didn't cost a penny.
It just seems like some of these trees are just a hair too thick for this chainsawing.
Yeah, they are, because some of them are scaled up. I wanted to simulate the really big, majestic old trees that you have that are out east that I used to see a lot of. So several of these are larger than the standard 111 size. And I think that does affect the cutting of them when you do that.
That's the 7th commandment of Farm Sim. Thou shalt not make larger than 111 trees.
Yeah. Well, I don't follow that commandment. Sorry.
Well, these are horrible little trees.
This ought to be awful.
Now, second commandment is thou shalt have books in your mod folder.
Collisions have everything. Oh, look at that.
Well. It says I don't have a mod.
I'm glad it's not raining in the barn.
Yeah, that's actually quite nice. Oh, I got the wrong version of straw harvest. Yay.
Oh, what do you mean the wrong version?
Yeah, it won't let me on because that says I need version 1.1.0.0, and I thought I had the latest one. Well, I guess I'll get that then on.
I don't know. I grabbed the one off of Sus and stuck it on here.
Actually, I'll just go on and get the one you got off of the mods download thing. Make it easier.
Yeah, download off the server. That's a guaranteed way to get the right version.
Dang straight. Gotta scroll up here and find the server link. There it is.
Now I want to know why I was nearly brought to tears yesterday looking at power lines on Elm Creek.
Those Giants has been looking at my maps and they said, oh dang, we gotta put power lines in there. I'm like, Giants, you gave me the power meters, you gave me the weather heads, you gave me the poles, you gave me everything but wires.
There we go. All right, are there any specific things you want us to look at for early spring?
Look at what you did to the barn.
Not really.
Oops.
What did I do
Unless
to the
you can
barn?
think of something seasons-wise that I've overlooked.
Oh, nothing. It's be all right.
I don't know why they're
We got
so...
cows here.
Oh, we need straw, don't we? But they're probably not
No,
happy because, well, they don't have any water. That's why they're not happy.
Now, one thing I've learned with seasons is since I have the bedding set up to take straw and corn stalks, when you're running seasons, actually it's not a seasons. I think it's actually a game glitch. It's going to require half and half. So whatever you put in there is only going to fill it to 50%. So if you put like 2 straw bales, and then you'll have to put in 2 corn stalk bales. You could confirm that or verify that, but I'm pretty sure that's behavior that will be expected. Because I know some complained about that in Midtown when it was released.
Oh, I need to be back at them again. Well, in most servers that I've used, if I have straw harvest in, if I have straw harvest in, it's like it breaks the cow or it breaks the animals. That takes straw. I just have to feed them straw once and they're done.
Oh, okay.
Like
That's
I never put straw in for the cows I have on sus after I filled it once.
Oh, that's interesting.
4 years later, still using the same straw.
Ew.
All right, let's extra time scale on.
Where do you want this to go, Mr. D?
Oh, I was just gonna mess with it and take it to the sawmill and see if it sells. This is what I call like busy work until somebody tells me what to really do.
Well, I fast forwarded the clock, so you'll be mid-spring soon.
I noticed some interesting behavior with seasons as well. That mid-autumn is when you first see the colors on the trees. You don't see them in early autumn. And I also noticed that in late autumn, it seems like the dead stuff shows up a little bit early. But that seems to be a seasons issue because it affects all textures the same way, which is strange.
Yeah,
I don't know if it has something to do with the geo or not.
I'm not seeing how the geo could do that unless seasons is sensitive to the temperatures, which I'm sure it is. So if the temperatures get low early, then yeah, that probably would kill things off early. But I guess that's kind of realistic. I mean, some places I've lived, the autumn seemed like it only lasted a week, and then it was gone already. And then the dead, everything was dead. So
are you ready to sleep?
I'm not even in yet, so go ahead and do it. I'm still trying to get a hold of the straw harvest here.
Yeah, I think there's a general bug with seasons, and it's been here the whole time, that textures transition early.
Right.
I also seem to think that the prices are one off. Like if it says your best price is in midwinter, you should sell in early winter, because by the time you get to midwinter, it's actually lower than it was in early winter.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I think you're right about the textures for sure, because in spring, mid-spring, you're already seeing summer textures.
Yeah, and late winter, typically it starts greening up.
Right. But in an earlier patch or an earlier version of seasons, you had a problem where the early spring, everything was still dead, like winter. I'm like, that's weird. So they went the other direction with it. Okay, I got the straw harvest. Let's see if I can get on now.
So we have grass growth in mid-spring. So we'll see if Seasons picks up on it here in a little bit.
And on all the, like the cow pasture you're in now, all that should be growable, mowable grass in there with the cows. I planted all that in there in GE.
Chris is asking, how do you change so it takes something other than straw, like the animal areas?
Just added it in the XML for the animal pen, where it says straw module, fill types. Right now it's just set to straw. On my maps, I add it to corn stalks also.
Hello
You can put whatever you want
there,
in there.
Sir
You can make it to
Russia
where they
farmer.
take grass, you know, for bedding if you wanted to.
Run away over here to the straw pen to give them some water. What? You got a computer without what? Internet. A wireless card?
NitroJad's working on a really nice PDA for us too, so he should have that ready in a day or so.
I guess we gotta buy a trailer or something here.
Now I did set it, since you started everything brand new, if you're going to use a trailer for carrying animals in, there's a complimentary one now at the animal dealer. There's also a complimentary trailer at the granary that you can use if you have your own semi-cab. And then there's another complimentary little small trailer over at the fruit market that you can use for bringing your apples in. They don't belong to you, but you can just use them if you want. Of course, that assumes that folks have the Alpine DLC installed.
So we should look at the garage and just see what our potential starting fleet might be.
Yeah,
No.
I modified it just slightly. The other stuff is still there. I just added a couple of things to make life a little easier when you're first starting out.
Oh, look at all those fences and trash.
Yeah,
I
all
got
that
a
stuff
fork
shows
in
up
if you
properly
need a
now.
trailer.
Was that genetic?
Now remember, they're probably not going to show up in the store. You'll have to tab to the vehicles.
I got a log fork if you want to bring the trailer. I gotta go get it, but I got one.
All right, 10-4.
Now let's check and see what our seasonal grass growth is.
Or did you get a self-loading trailer? Like one with the
I don't think there's no
Two-thirds
such thing.
growth
No, I
already.
just grabbed a small trailer.
There we go. All right, let's go back here to the farm because I put some crop in. And I want to see if it's come up.
I think that tree's so thick, I don't think one of them grappling hooks will get on it.
I'm gonna try it. We'll see.
Where is Darren? What tree did he try to cut anyway?
There we go. Oats growing. Wheat. Barley. Aha! Burrito alfalfa.
Darren's going to be that player that'll come in here and cut all the trees away from the edges of the fields.
One thing I noticed is the potato plant texture isn't that ridged texture. It's just the same plant texture.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I never knew that.
Because I came in and I plopped potatoes in, and it was that same general
Yeah.
planted texture.
Now,
See what
did
else
you
we
do
can
these
put
like
in?
with dev controls or something?
Yeah.
I'm wondering if it would be different if you actually use a potato planter.
Well, we
Yeah.
can try that.
The reason I say is I had some problems in the beginning when I first put the textures in,
Corn,
and
soybeans,
I
or
went to a field and
sunflowers?
used dev controls to plant corn in it, but it had the corn on the regular cedar texture. It didn't have it on the lines texture like that. And so I'm not sure if maybe dev controls gets confused with that new texture.
It needs to be one that he's got
But it
field depth.
I never did test potatoes, so.
Alright, so let's buy this field
Whoa.
and see if we
How's
can't
genetic
put
doing
in
tonight?
corn.
Not bad. Just went sliding around a corner. I don't know if I hit some of that dynamic mud or what, but
Yeah, you gotta watch out for that stuff with seasons, because there's always a little bit of ground moisture.
Alright, let's run over here to 22 and 23.
Alright, I got a green light on
23.
the map now. Let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can
We
get in
want to
there.
put in corn. Magic. Absolute magic. We want to put in soybeans. Ta-da! Excellent. 24. And we want to cheat in sunflowers. Just like that. That is 30-inch corn. Custom plant texture. And it matches up with the it matches up with
Them tarp brackets don't have any collisions on them, do they?
it matches up with this planter for sure.
Good.
The Great Plains. It probably matches up with all the other planters too.
Well, look at that. We have a guest who did knock before they came in.
Knock knock. It's like your crew chief knocking on the hood every time.
Yeah, that gets a little annoying.
No, it's just a delayed reaction.
While we wait, let's talk about who was impressed or not impressed with the Elm Creek video.
I haven't seen the latest one yet, but I've seen some pictures
So-
posted from it. It looks pretty darn good.
We got corn, soybeans.
I'm going to be
so-
playing that map for sure.
No, we need to put cotton and canola in. And see our wet. Oh my god, we got rain coming.
First, I'll
So
edit it and fix all of
temperatures
the
look like-
mistakes that Johnny will still make. But I think they're getting closer to a good American map, that's for sure.
So everything looks good so far. Let's speed up the clock a little bit. Alright, just tell me when you're ready for me to go into late spring.
Well, I'm in now, so you can do whatever you need to do.
Well, you better come up here, Will, and look at our tree behind the cow barn in the middle farm in the middle map.
Okay.
There's a tractor you can tab to if you'd like. Jump to.
Ah, alright. That'll make things simpler.
Oh, I'm gonna go
Maybe.
check out this field in the middle of the forest.
Except that I can't tab, so I'll just run. I know where it is.
You gotta join the farm.
Oh, that's right. I do, don't I? Join that farm. They don't want random tappers.
I'll say your forest floor looks about the same as FS22. It's forest floor.
But you'll notice here there's several different kinds of forest floors, and this one right here was a real pain in the butt to make too. But I like the way it turned out.
Oh, this is a steep hill grass field.
Oh yeah. You're going, hey, don't be doing round bales in here. They'll get lost in the woods. But I saw this in another map and I thought, yeah, I like the idea of the little tucked away field. That's kind of cool. Like somebody started logging in the middle of the forest and gave it up years ago, and then somebody else came in and planted grass there.
I strongly suggest you turn down your headphones, because it's about to get really loud.
You missed.
That's a big old tree. My goodness. There's the slow train.
Short one, too.
Yeah, that's the local train that just runs up and down that line, dropping cars off at the various places.
What, nobody painted the name of the town on the water tower?
Not really a town. It's more of a little municipality, doesn't even have a post office. But that water tower is more for the businesses, so it's not really a... Although the residents over there benefit from it too.
Are we ready to go into late spring?
Sounds good to me.
Of course I'm not tired. So a little bit later, I think we're going to do a little game of where is this farm? I've numbered the pictures from yesterday's or this morning's blog post, and I've also circled the PDA where I think each image is located. Oh, there we go. Like,
Well, that missed.
you're not
Yeah, try
tired?
again. Try again.
Genetics like, heck no. I don't want to sleep.
Hey, it's okay, G. Just go to sleep. Now this
That's just good.
house right here is the one that has the fireplace that comes on automatically every night.
We do have grass growing in pasture 2. And in the other cow area.
Good, that's nice.
And probably in the sheep area because, well, we're almost full of food. As long as we see that value never go down, then we know we're good.
Yeah, sheep area should have plenty of grass in there. It's the same pasture area we had in 2017 Churn. I painted the whole thing with growable grass.
Alright, let's go get our sheep.
I don't
You
know
can
when
take-
we're in.
You can take this to the sawmill, and when you bring the truck back, I'll have them cut up into like firewood, and we'll just chuck them in then.
No take.
I
Water
got locked or I
on.
can't move. Interesting.
He wants me to drop them out of the trailer. That's what it is.
And we should be able to
Hey, watch
plant
them all
the
fall
rest
off.
of our crops now. Yep, canola and cotton.
Oh well,
So let's go find a field
just
to do that
shove
in.
them over in the woods or field somewhere.
I am frozen solid. I can't move at all.
Oh, there's our bed. We're gonna put in canola here. And we're gonna put cotton in over here. That's not the field.
Wow.
Yeah,
What a drive.
there it is. Cotton.
Well, that would be pretty fun because this wood here is
Okay, perfect.
kind of got its own spastic problem.
Yeah, when you pick it up, it doesn't move smooth. It's kind of jerky.
That sounds like wood is not something you should cut.
That's funny. I saw another Discord already. People are already complaining about Elm Creek after the new video. They're saying the Giants thinks that American farms are from the 60s and 70s and they don't know how to make a modern and metal farm building and blah, 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 blah. So no one's ever happy.
They haven't even seen the damn thing.
I know. But people just like to open their mouth and complain. It's so
There's
hilarious.
farms that they haven't even shown off.
True.
When
Half
I
of
get
them
around to
probably
showing
aren't
off the
American.
PDA where I think all of these places are, but the entire southern half of the map has not been, wasn't shown on any of those images.
Right.
You know,
Well, some of these names that I see making these comments, they're the same naysayers that always, they have something negative to say every time, you know, every year.
Maybe they should play Farmville instead.
That's what I tell them. So well, get on Facebook, play Farmville, have fun. Well, you know, some of these players are the same ones that think that a proper American farm is a big rectangle of dirt with some metal buildings slapped down on it and a whole row of bins on one side with a giant dump point that with no grain leg and no proper scenery details. So, yeah, go figure.
The wheat's awful slow to grow. Sitting at 1/3 growth, late spring. I mean, it could be ready to harvest as early summer, but it's pretty short.
I think that's using the same wheat texture that I've used in all my other maps too, so it should get a little taller. Quite a bit taller, actually.
All three of the grains are at a 1/3 growth.
What are the ground temps running at? 59?
Everything was good temp when they were put in.
Yeah.
Has it popped from yesterday? Sometimes it takes a little bit for it to pop the next growth cycle.
That's true. I don't know.
How are you making out, Genetic?
So far, so good. I don't think I've lost anything. If it did, I didn't see it. The car windshield behind me must have caught it, so I don't know.
Well, my corn is up. Planted corn yesterday, so yeah, it's popped. Because I put corn, soybeans, and sunflowers in yesterday, and they're all up. Oh, Chris was asked in a video, or the video today, if modders would be able to use the road texture from Elm Creek, and I said they should be able to. Just export it out of GE. Is that a correct statement?
In theory, yes.
Pretty close, but they kind of got their roads like all one big piece.
Yeah, usually Giants makes their roads in 2 or 3 sections, and it's not really like it's a road kit or anything. Although if you got blender skills, you can go in there and break it apart and make smaller pieces out of it. But
Well, you can at least take the textures off that and put on a road kit.
right, sure enough. Well, that road kit that I've been using was the one from the Goldcrest Valley, I think, in 2017. Somebody broke it apart in Blender and made a bunch of pieces, and it would be easy enough to add new textures to that one.
Since we don't have anything going on, are you gonna like log out and log back in, or you just want to be a field gnome?
Well, I'm stuck. I can't move. I'm frozen solid. I can't. Nothing works on my keyboard, so I guess I'm gonna have to get off and come back on.
Well, chop chop.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's easy enough. All right, so we're good to go to summer?
Ready?
We're cooking at 500x.
Can't believe it's going to take me 6 months to haul these logs to the sawmill.
Ah, you're so slow.
Yeah, should have got a bigger trailer, Genetic.
I guess. That's just the drive there.
Well, you know, this is the East Coast. You don't get anywhere just by, chop. You gotta drive.
Man, I missed my turn up here. I'm bad about that on this map. Missing my turns.
You'll get used to it.
Yeah, eventually.
I know
You'll
where
have-
everything is.
you'll
I've been
have
in it so
20
much.
You have 20 some days to get used to it, and then you'll move on to FS22.
Yep.
I was
go
going to say,
check
I
out-
like the maps that actually don't even have regular roads in them. Like the painted on roads are just fine with me. I don't have any problem with that. Some people would have a cow. Oh, it doesn't even have 3D roads.
Right.
So some houses
So
have
Midtown, most of the
short
roads
grass.
in Midtown are painted on because
Yeah,
it
I
just
know.
worked better to do it that way.
I had no problems with that.
Well, I guess we're gonna see how a sync works at 500x, huh?
So hey, boom, boom, there we
I
are.
thought it was going to throw the logs out of the trailer forward through the cab of the tractor, but it didn't.
You're supposed to have a
They spazzed through the front of the
shield
trailer
on
by
the
the time
back.
the sink hit. It's like, whoop. Darren neglected to install that on the tractor when he bought it, so. Let me know before you sleep, I'll jump out of the tractor.
Yeah, Natural Dad asked me the other day, so where in the heck did you find all these farmhouses? I said, you gotta look around. They're all in the motto.
all right, I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready, let's do it.
You ready?
I like how I always get tossed into the same farmhouse at night.
Maybe it's your favorite house.
It's still on 5,000. Slow it down. Oh,
Yeah, it takes a little bit. It's
wow.
All right, we should see a pop.
Well, I mean, I can't dump this stuff out of the trailer, so.
Well, I figured that. Buy a loader and roll it over. We're not going for
Wow,
realism,
wow.
I don't think.
That popped. It's still growing. Oot. Barley, oat, wheat.
Use your
Okay,
super
collisions.
strength to tip the trailer over and dump them out.
Evidently,
Barley's
I'm not privileged
growing.
with super strength, so.
Yeah, not very strong super strength anyway. That's why we got firewood here now.
You haven't been eating your Wheaties, I guess.
Alfalfa is. Alfalfa's at. Well, that's interesting.
Whoa, I turned around. This is all golden now.
Can't use the scan tool on alfalfa. It just comes up weed. I mean, I guess it is a weed, depending on if it's desirable or not.
Well, that's probably because this season's is not modified to look at alfalfa. I think Darren had to modify the seasons that we were using when we were doing Midtown because it regular seasons doesn't see it or something like that.
Sugar beets are growing.
I'll have to check back with you when I look at South Mountain Creamery.
Potatoes are
I
growing.
know you did something with seasons back in the day because it wasn't working right with alfalfa, and you had to give me an updated copy of it.
Oh, that was
Corn
just a
is there.
bootleg. We tried to go through Wilderness, and they
Soybeans.
told me I had to make it a third-party add-on or something. I was like, oh, that's a little above me. No, I had to reduplicate so we could have semi-dry and all that crap, and it would rot and all that good stuff.
Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, okay.
Oh, canola is not germinated yet.
So that's something I played with by myself for a while because mine is DEC, not GTX, so nobody was getting it. I don't have a clue.
Cotton is good. We should water all our critters again. Unless we want them to die. Hey, big cow. I think our cows are thinner in 22.
Yeah, I think so too. Or maybe wouldn't it be cool if they get thicker and thinner depending on how well they're eating?
They are pregnant or not.
Right, yeah, that'd be even better.
Gee, you get power lines and now you want everything.
I know,
Oh,
right?
What would that sell for?
There we go.
The wood genetic.
Oh, I haven't sold it yet. I'm still working on that.
Oh, okay. So we got one full and
I see an
one
arrow
with 3.
coming up the road. I thought it was you coming
Let's
back.
see if we get more wool or not.
Well, it's me driving the loader.
Let's check the food. Sheep are still. Yep, that's working good. We're nearly out of grass there. All right. Water.
Next time, just get creative. Unhook the trailer and ram it over with the tractor.
I tried that, but that little case wants to ride on top of it instead of knocking it over.
Oh, temple.
Let's do that. As it goes well, we are already in summer.
Wow.
Are your summer textures right?
They look right.
Your hedges, your trees, whatever else is supposed to change.
Seasons has taken over the trees, the giants trees. So I noticed that the seasons trees have a slightly different tint of green to them than the ones I had in the map, but the shrubs are right. They're like they're supposed to be. But also, I remember the seasons controls the trees by means of shaders.
I found a floater, Will.
Whereabouts?
Up there by field 20.
Field 20.
You can jump to the
Case.
floater there.
Go enough.
Yep, Klein's losing his touch.
Oh, well, you know, in fairness, there's only 22,000 trees on this map.
In fairness, there's a game launching soon. My entire evening was not wasted. Was completely changed plans yesterday evening.
I'll find that one on GE real quick and take care of that.
I'm selling your farm junk.
Yeah, get rid of all that
It's
junk.
costing me money.
Well, some of the junk will pay you, and some of the junk will cost you, depending on what it is. Big farm junk is just there's too much junk there. You gotta pay to get it removed.
Is it desirable junk?
But I think the junk for the little NPC farm up on the hill, some of the junk there will pay you a little bit because it's all metal, all scrap metal, pretty much. But at the pig farm, that's all concrete and other waste that's got to be gotten rid of, and that bulldozer's full of oil and diesel fuel that's been in there for 100 years, and so the EPA has something to say about
The animal
that.
dirt looks good in the cow barn.
Oh,
The
there we
government's
go.
buying that junk from you, so they can do another junk shot.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, let's sell this junk. Kept saying we could sell, and never was available.
Yeah, that should appear in the store now. You should be able to just get rid of all that pretty easily.
And then we can sell the building too if we want.
Mhm.
And then we have hay bales and straw bale stacks in here.
So you
What
could
else?
place some more stacks on the other side there if you wanted to make it really nice.
We
Make it
can now
that.
sell fences. I really shouldn't make my push to talk button the same button as change screens.
Oh, whoops.
I have that same problem.
Or the fall from the sky button.
Yeah.
Sorted. Where's the sorted stuff? It's one long row.
Yeah, that's got your work trigger in it too. That'll go away if you do that.
Oh, that's over here. Okay.
Yeah. But you can sell it if you just don't want it.
I want to make sure it
Oh.
goes away.
Did you look on Facebook today? I just happened to see Alien Jim modding had some kind of junk business going on, doing all junky placeables.
You know what? He's getting ready. He's getting ready because Elm Creek looks too good. He wants to giants it up.
You must junk it up.
He wants to do a giants on it. Oh!
But
It's called Raven porting.
yeah, Raven porting.
Raven ported all the junk right into FS22.
Oh! My lord, there's a ton of stuff you own when you buy stuff. Make sure all the greenhouses work. There you go. If you don't like your shop there.
You gotta run into the sawmill to sell it. It might be good to go.
Growing. Growing.
Oh, that got it wrong.
Growing.
Yep. One of them big poplars is worth about $8 grand.
Alright, so if you plant in early spring, you're probably not going to have growth that you could double crop.
Look at this,
Because
Darren.
in early summer,
Watch the tires deform.
our wheat, barley, and oats are not ready.
You're in the mud.
And
No,
soybeans
I'm
and
talking on
corn
the
are the
trailer.
only thing
Right,
that
hitting
can
the trailer.
be planted now.
Oh
Soybeans
yeah,
and
I've
oats.
never. That's cool.
We need to put crop in at the end of autumn and see if it comes early so we can double crop.
Interesting. I didn't know that would happen that way. I thought it was just waiting on the ground.
Where are you vagrants at?
At the sawmill, we had the trailer upside down. Genetic was pushing down one of the tires on the trailer, and they were, you know, being squished all over the place.
Well, of course we have tires that deform.
I realized that. I didn't know if it was just weight on when it's sitting on the ground.
Would you like your tractor back there?
Yeah, if you want to drive the loader, it's probably quicker.
All right, let's go to mid-summer.
Could have got that weird loader, the other Kloss loader.
Oh, it's not
Dev
him.
mule?
Yeah, that one.
Figure I'll follow you. You know the shortcut. I'm kind of. I've never been up here.
I didn't know there was a shortcut.
Yeah. Well, there's not technically, but I make one.
You can cut through the forest.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, you only cut through a little bit of forest, and actually you come into the field on the backside of the farm, and you just skirt the hedges and come into the backside of the barn. So it's not too bad.
Whoa, that's interesting. That's all lit up. What the heck? All right, so we don't get wool growth in the summer.
The seasons give you wool only in the spring or something like that.
Yeah, but the sheep barn is all lit up. Man, there's like a party going over there.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, Bernie put a ton of lights in that thing.
Okay, we're going to cut through this way.
I guess the sheep are insecure at night.
I think.
Who's ready to
Hey.
sleep? I'm
Hey,
ready to
Chris.
sleep.
Go for it.
Dwayne, what's up? Diablo del Toro, David Gillespie, and Cowboy Killer. There we go. Well, you got a lot of. They look like tax forms.
Yeah, it didn't seem to like that too much.
I want to get out of
No,
here.
we didn't. Come on.
There we go.
Hold on, I got to let this catch up.
Yeah, I'm catching you like 4 inches at a time.
I think we can go this way.
Back on. Catch these guys coming
My
out through
mind's
the woods.
goofy. It just feels like we're playing Bob the Builder here.
off the builder.
Rustic
Trying to figure
Gears,
out where the end of this hedge
there's
is
a
now.
Michigan map that came out very early. FS19 called Michigan.
Well, there used to be a shortcut here.
It was a fairly popular map video I did.
I think I told you wrong, Darren. I think we got to go back the other way.
All right, we got crop to harvest.
That floater is hiding, but good.
Ready to harvest.
Yeah, you figured it out. I couldn't
Whoa,
remember which
that
end of the
corn
hedge
pop.
the shortcut was on.
Sunflowers. Soybeans. I should have checked.
Yep, this is one area where having a steering wheel for this game shines is when you run articulated equipment.
Canola is not growing.
At all?
No, it's still germinated. I planted it.
Oh, that means
because
it
of-
failed due to temperatures.
No, because this stupid geo doesn't let you do anything plant canola until the fall. That's fine.
Ah, that's right.
It's
Yep,
fine.
yep, yep. Mm-hmm.
I was just looking at temperatures and I just put it in, but this stupid geo says you can't do canola until the fall.
Well, that's stupid. Virginia says you can't do it till the fall.
I don't know about that.
I didn't research the
I've
crops
never
really
seen
that closely.
canola as
So.
a crop, so I don't know.
Actually, that's true in my area as well. I have never seen canola planted here anywhere. But I always let it be planted in Emerald anyway. But where is that stupid floater?
Cotton is growing. Alright, so let's get a harvester. Because we don't have a harvester.
Are you gonna be okay, Darren?
Yeah, I pushed some button and end up on my desktop pushing a shitload of deeds on Discord.
Oh, whoops.
Alright, we'll do that. This. And we won't have to mess with a trailer.
Okay, well, what do we got to
through all
harvest then?
this silly hedges. King Turd, welcome to the stream.
There's crap right in front of us. Did you shut the gate or?
It's not the field we came out.
Oh, alright. You know, since we still gotta figure a way to kill an hour, I'd say you and I go get 2 of those bisons.
We got a harvest.
That's what I'm talking about. One with the little umbrella.
Oh, that'd be so
Oh.
cute. It would take forever, too.
Well, I mean, that'll definitely kill him.
Well, this field here is not that big.
We got a harvest so we can replant and see if we get good growth next year. We gotta hope that we get cold winters so that our water freezes.
Okay, boss. Which field? Tell us
Jeez,
what
we
you
got
get.
work to do. I don't know, grab one. I got the New Holland. Oh, look at that mud. Man, I hope you... Why does this guy not get a load of gravel?
He's too cheap.
We don't need straw.
But hey, the mud's a whole lot better than it was in 2017, Churn.
Oh, I turned that off. Whoever put that mud in was a little excessive.
Well, it was emulating a good old Wales map where it rains every other day and it's just a pig slop mud all the time.
Yeah, it made that one farm completely unnavigable.
Yep. I figure here the Churn Historic Restoration Society just recreated the valley here. They didn't actually bring the weather over, obviously, because they can't do that. So you have better drainage and better weather, so not as much mud.
Hair takes off.
Well, I figure I'd let you buy what you want.
All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look at these
Bison sounded pretty damn fun. It's always got yell there.
pictures. Oh, that's from
Hey, you're free to
display.
grab the bison if you want.
And that's not the display I want to show. That's not the display I want to show. That's what I want to show. Okay. Hold on. I wonder what that does. Oh no, hold on, I should do this. There we go, I'm getting smart. Getting smart in this OBS stuff. So of course we've got the images, and I went and numbered them.
You want
can
should I
see up
start
here.
planting behind us, or we're not that time yet?
I don't know, I'm not looking at that. Just get the fields harvested for now. So we got picture number 1. Okay, picture number 1. Picture number 2 with the mill. Picture number 3, the road with the bend. Picture number 4. This farm we've seen quite a bit through various images. This is also on the GamesCon or the FarmCon build mode demo. Here we have my farm number 5. Farm 6, we'll call it Farm 6, is the trailer.
I was going to tell you, Will.
Mm-hmm.
I was driving down our roads in our county.
And
It was
then
our county the other
farm
day.
number 7.
And maybe it's one county over from us, and saw a Westfield auger loading a silo, just like you do
Now-
on this map.
Oh,
But it was
nice.
the same orange, yellow.
Let's take a
color
look at the
with
PDA.
red and all that.
Cool.
This is where I think the farms are at.
Was
so
it the
farm
large Westfield, or was it like a more of a medium-sized one?
Right here, more in the middle of the map.
I don't really know the scale. I guess it would have to be a medium
Image
size.
2
Just smaller farm. Smaller.
is
Wasn't a
up
really
here.
tall bin.
This is where the
You
mill
might as well
was.
jump out and get a handle on this thing, see if you can find a way to throw it in there. I'm not getting a reading.
Image 3,
I don't have super strength, so how am I supposed
right here.
Okay, I found the floater finally. That's fixed.
4,
Good grief, that thing was hard to locate.
that's the farm back there by those trees that we've seen a lot of.
Alright, Farmer Klein, chuck this thing sideways in a field. Not the combine.
5, that's my farm over here, northwest corner.
This
And
deja vu.
the little
Where you
trailer, I
guys at,
think,
Darren?
is right here.
We're at a very little gate on the main farm with a very small John Deere combine. We can't get the header in.
And then
that's so nice.
number 7. So that's where I think all the images are that we've
pretty
seen
rough.
today.
I have a chainsaw. You'd think I would be able to do something
Now, you know,
ingenuity
basically,
here, but no.
there's a huge portion of the southern map
That's
that we
because
haven't
these hedges
seen
don't
any
respond to
real
chainsaws.
images on. So we've still got a good bit to show off here. I think there's a farm down here and a farm over here that we haven't seen. Playable farm.
Guess we don't have super strength turned on, do we?
I think there's a playable farm here because it looks like some silos. Possibly a player farm here also. Hard to tell. So there's a fair bit of the map, fair bit of very interesting things I still think we're going to need to have to take a look at.
Yeah, the boss has to do it because mine's grayed out. Alright, let's all back up and I'll let Genetic go where he wants to go and I'll fiddle this in.
There you go, cheese.
Oh, it's cute. I can get my hand on the combine though.
He just turned it on, I guess.
What are you doing to my combine?
I'm not doing anything.
Ow. Ow. That was my head.
Farmer Klein, we want the header thrown in the field, but
The combine.
I guess I'm going to a different field.
Which combine are you in, Darren?
The green one.
Oh, the John Deere, okay.
I told him before I could drive that. He's just showing off now.
He doesn't like John Deere combines, so. And that's not even ours, that's the dealer's combine. Whoops.
What do you expect? It's a loaner. Where's your header?
It's back here.
All right, I need a trailer. Where did I put a trailer? Here we go. I think they're scattered around, Chris. I think they're scattered around. The crossplay
Alright, we'll
images
get your head in the game. Grab a trailer.
kind of implied that there were
That
some
JCB
farms
there you can
down in
drive,
the
and there's a green
southern
trailer
area of the
on
field.
this farm, a small one.
Yeah, I see it right up the road there.
spark plug. I think
Is
we're
there a
all
red tractor
already.
hooked to it?
Full
Looks
There's
like
one of those too.
Another green trailer there too. Two different-
Yeah, I'll grab
different
it.
ones.
I was kind of wandering around actually fixing things in GE while y'all are discovering problems. Like the loader. Took me forever to find that stupid tree.
Oh, looks like I wasn't very straight when I hired a helper.
This oats you're cutting?
Yes.
Who's closest to being full?
Genetic, I just started.
Oh, okay. Jenny, are you in the red combine or the green one?
Good.
That's right, I thought Darren was in the green.
I'm gonna turn around in this corner and let Darren come this way. Yeah, maybe. Well, maybe each other.
All right, off we go. So we're in like no man's land of planting. We can't plant till late summer at the earliest.
I remember in 2017 planting all these fields with a little John Deere grain drill.
The little like 8350 or whatever it was.
Yeah, yeah, that was a very nicely done drill. We had a lot of those in real life back in the day. I really liked that mod. And you could hook 3 of them together and make a super drill if you had a big flat field like Nebraska lands to use.
Corn maze. I love for. I think Giant should do a video of the corn maze, for because you know it's corn maze time. And remember, Sunday night, zombie night on Farm Sim.
Except on this map because there's no pedestrians.
They just don't come out. They don't come out, huh?
Yeah, I never did put any in. There's not really anywhere for them to walk around. Also, I don't like the fact that they don't change clothes for the wintertime, so kind of dumb looking to have people dressed in skimpy summer clothes in the middle of winter.
I'm gonna miss that part because it looks like we got like dress up Barbie time now. You can even go out as a beekeeper.
I mean, if you want to tend your bees in a skimpy outfit.
I mean, yeah, why not? You know, but you might get stung.
Well, at least it wouldn't be hard to get the EpiPen in your leg.
True.
Chris, Will is shooting for a November 1st release, so that would be Monday. What I was saying is, on any map with pedestrians, on October 31st, Halloween, they will be doing the zombie walk.
Sorry. There you go.
That was a nice Easter egg in 15 or in 17. It may have even been in 15. I don't know, but it was definitely a 17 Easter egg.
Roundy rounds, or are you going to go back and forth?
And carried
Doesn't
over
matter,
into
you
19.
tell me.
Well, just how realistic do you want to be?
I would say do roundy rounds that way you don't smash up the field when one of y'all has to unload with the auger facing inwards. To answer Chris, technically the map is completely done except for the PDA. Unless, of course, we find something wrong, but that's the whole point for testing it like this.
I'm gonna keep going straight and take this chunk out of it.
Yeah, because we're using a geo that we really haven't validated.
Right. I know the textures all work because I've tested those a few times, but as far as the performance of seasons on the animal pens and stuff, I'm not
Well,
sure about that.
We got grazing, so I think that's all we really needed to care about. Yeah, I think sus, you get wool all year round. I think Nitrodad did something and made it so wool happens all the time.
Gotta love that realism. Darren, how close to full are you getting there, bud?
75, and that thing up in the top left tells you.
Oh, that does, sure enough. That'd be
It's
nice if I could read it.
It's
There we go.
amazingly convenient.
It is. You see, I don't have that in my game, and I just tend to not notice it, you know.
You should add it.
Let me just back up and cut that whole width because no point in missing on image.
Andrew, what is up?
So what is that again that we got up there? It's something info or something like that? What's the mod for that?
Inspect.
Vehicle inspector.
Vehicle inspector, okay. So while you're right here, Darren, you want me to grab some of your load there? Or? Actually, I'll just follow you down. How about that?
Andrew, this is going to be a PC-only map. This is 4X. This is a 4X map.
I love this straw that's hard as a rock on the field.
You might want to think about selling that unless you want to go get a grain auger, Will.
Yeah, we want to sell it. We don't need to store it.
Yeah, I think the port will be the closest sell point to here, so I'll run it down to the port and sell it once I get a full trailer.
I'll get the crumbs, genetic.
Yeah, I'll lift you just a little bit.
Andrew, I do not remember. I mean, that was 40 years ago. I don't remember what movies were from the 80s or the 90s. Or hell, the early 2000s.
Yeah, we'll have to get Will into some multiplayer when FS19 comes out.
Oh, absolutely. I'll love that. Very happy to do that.
We're going to have at least 2 servers on
Cool.
possibly day 1.
Nice.
Depends on when I can rent them or convert the servers we existingly have over to them. If they
I'm
have
sure
idle servers.
I'm sure nobody's going to care about 19 anymore once 22 comes out. So.
Well, you never know. There might be some folks that don't have the means to buy it and would
Yeah,
like
true.
to still
True.
participate.
Might be
We
a
had
couple
a
of
really
diehard.
good. They had a really good long play on 17's Slovak Village production map. After
Oh, that's
19
right.
came out,
Yeah, I remember that. Mhm.
that
Yeah.
was some that didn't buy it because I think they weren't that impressed with it. And I think some were maybe waiting for mod maps or something, and others maybe just didn't have the means at the point. But thanks to viewers like those in chat and watching the stream that watched my how to do dedicated servers, we got ample credit to finance anything the Discord members want.
Sounds marvelous.
And thanks to crossplay, when I update those videos for 22, there's going to be a whole new batch of players that can be interested in dedicated servers. So there's a whole crew of console players that never had that capability that are going to be interested.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So I need to update. That's going to be a priority, is updating those videos, because I mean, if you saw a video on how to do a dedicated server in 19, you might not watch it, even though it's going to be 100% relevant. That was Back to the Future
I
in the
get a
80s.
kick out of the comments in this other Discord over here. They're
I'd have to go look it up.
talking about how the Elm Creek looks like an old map and everything, and it's out of date. And I'm like, it's basically a map that's set up very similar to this map right here. You know, a lot of old rustic barns and everything. And that's what people clamor for. That's what they crave. You know, because whenever a map like that comes out, they go gaga over it.
They
So-
haven't even seen. Nobody has seen the hundreds of placeables that we're going to have.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, people,
they're-
like I said before, some people just, they got to complain about everything. They would complain about oxygen if they didn't need it to breathe.
Well, it does cause cancer in California and other places.
Oh
I
boy.
think some
Well-
politicians should go on a ban oxygen campaign and maybe
And demonstrate it.
follow their own suggestion.
Exactly.
So they're going to campaign until they're blue in the face. Huh?
Right.
So we're in a gubernatorial race here in Virginia. So next Tuesday,
You're going to elect a new gubernator?
right? Next Tuesday, we're going to elect a new gubernator. I got 10 pieces of mail today. 7 of them were election propaganda.
Yay. And I just realized that we don't sell oat at the port. Nice.
Oh, that's gotta
That
suck.
Map
Yeah,
maker's hard on you, man.
I forgot about that. This
Should tell
dude
him
that
that
made
maker.
this map, man. He needs to get a life, I'm telling you.
Now you probably have to run it all the way across the map.
I do, all the way, but it's a nice drive. It's
You
pretty
have to hurry
scenic.
up because I'm almost full.
Well, I might have to sit there and wait a minute.
Yeah, it's like
Well, I know what I can do with it. I can put it in the
It's
flour
like
mill.
the-
Y'all
the
have the
same
flour mill
people-
running, right?
no, we didn't. You could buy it. The
Yeah, I'll
same
do that. I'll
people,
just pump
the
it in
same
there.
people probably say that the only farms have big grain legs. No farms have individual bins anymore.
Right.
It's
That's
like,
false.
do you live in the city and never go out of it? Because it sounds like you are out of touch.
Like only the largest farms where I'm at. And I'm talking like, 15 to 2,000 acres in our area is a pretty good sized farm. They're the only ones with kind of silo system like that. The rest of, everybody else has got the Brock bins or
I've never seen one.
whatever.
I don't think
I've
I've
seen
seen
some.
one in Virginia here as an adult. I mean, I don't go around
We've got a
farms.
few.
I just drive past them. But
Yeah, where
Growing
I
up-
lived in
growing up, the
Missouri.
only place that had those type of things were the mills and the places you sold your grain to.
Right. Now, I saw a couple of farms in Missouri that were big enough to had grain legs, but that was kind of a rare thing. Almost everybody had the small individual bins. That's why I've been pushing so hard to get them to work properly.
Well, Andrew, we don't shout out in next videos other
Yeah, the
than
flour
people that are
mill will
farm
accept
barons.
oats. Awesome.
They get one shout out per video per month.
What's the holdup up there?
I'm dumping now. I'm on my way back to you.
Well, not you, Darren.
Now, I posted in the Discord a German interview, and sadly the YouTube translate was awful. But what I did try to hopefully catch, they talked about seasonal cycles and the number of days per month, and it sounded like, you know how you can come in now and you can change the day of seasons and it changes instantly. It sounded like in 22, the first month of any new save game will be 1 day. So if you, as soon as you boot up the game and you change it to, let's say, 10-day months, that won't change until the second month. And then it will be 10 days. And then let's say you're like, oh, 10 days is too long. I want to make it 5. Well, that won't happen until the third month.
So it's
Assuming
like
that
a
you went to
delay.
this, it's yeah. So
Well,
I
that
don't
makes
know.
sense.
We'll
Yeah,
have
that
to
makes
see
sense.
if that's real or not.
If that's real, they probably did it so that it wouldn't work up the game, real bad.
It also sounded like maybe you're starting in January, which would mean that if you translated that to seasons in 19, you're starting in midwinter.
Right.
So that would be interesting. You start in midwinter, which could mean that if the weather's good,
Perfect.
because some of those geos they showed, or the planting schedules, had like certain cereals you couldn't plant until autumn and winter.
There you go.
So if you start in
How'd
January,
you get out so fast?
then it might not be that big of a deal.
Anybody got some stuff to unload?
Oh, now I have super strength. Gritty.
Oh, you had it. FK turned that on a little while back.
Turned it on when he was throwing the combines over the head.
Yeah.
Well,
So you,
you didn't mind to tell me how when you see me pushing that header down through the fence?
I thought you were staying in character. I didn't know.
Where can you sell wheat?
wheat. Just dump it in the flour mill. That's the closest place.
Lure mill?
Yeah, because it'll take like 1.9 million liters of product before it has to be full.
Yeah, see, Rasmus, like, is that in the 80s or is that like the 90s? I don't remember, right? I'm like that old man that refuses to call things by their right name.
Yeah, Back to the Future. First saw that in 1984 or 85, something like that.
So, like at work, there's an old IGA that's now some other name of the grocery store. It's not been called IGA probably for 10 years. But I call it the IGA because that's what it's been for, well, as long as I've ever known it. Other than the last 10 years.
How do you like the placards on the back of my combine, dude?
So when somebody's new,
Big square
and I
ones.
say, we're going to go down to the IGA and get some food. You're like, where's that?
Oh,
Tell 'em where it is,
euro
and like-
signs.
Oh, that's this other thing. And like, yeah, that's all the same. Yeah, well, I learned a while ago that IGA stands for Independent Grocers Association. So it's like a thing that grocery stores, small grocers, can, I guess, pay dues for. And I think maybe they get, kind of cooperative or collaborative buying arrangements and things. So I think IGAs are all independently owned, but they all can like take advantage of a collective buying agreements. Squid, what is up? IGA is just a grocery store. Typically smaller grocery stores in smaller towns that wouldn't support a big chain type store. Oh. There we go. So yeah, the best thing will be November 3rd when all the political ads go away.
Oh man, that means... No, I don't think we actually have any elections in our county in November, so I don't have to worry about putting voting machines up.
Harley. I barely knew her. What are you talking about? So for those that did see the Elm Creek trailer, what were you most impressed with?
Probably not the most spectacular thing, but I think the attention to detail to give us a covered bridge and a workaround.
Oh yes, that was cool. I saw later today there was a sign in front of the bridge that said narrow bridge. I didn't see that until I had the 4K version of the video. Yeah, you got the narrow bridge and then you've got the bypass. Rabbit Rob. You're gonna have to fight me for it. Alright, let's... There, we'll hire a helper. Alright, since Will hasn't seen it...
Speaking of which, where's the boy at? We need a trailer.
I'm right here, buddy.
Alright, here, since Will hasn't seen it, I'm gonna play it on the stream.
Oh, cool.
I got it muted so that won't have any audio.
That's
3, 2
fine. I won't see his pictures anyway.
3, 2, 1, go. So we got the Elm Creek water tower looking out over the fields. We got our fuel station.
Oh, nice.
Firehouse. There's how you get into that one farm. There's the farm I said is mine. Rabbit Ron wants to take it. Got some nice flat areas. Flowing water. Flowing water.
Sweet.
Here's the corn maze. A nice old rundown barn. And then this tower is over right in front of the top of the corn maze, but you can see out over the flat area.
Can you go in the tower? Well, we won't know that till we get in the game, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know yet, now do I? So we saw this image. There's an industrial area. Here's
Genetic needs undone.
Here's the ballpark.
We can wait for the trailer.
There's another farm over there we haven't seen yet. There's our deer roaming the hills.
That's nice to have the deer, too.
We got a train. There's the covered bridge with the workaround going around the side. There's your
So
forest.
far, that's got Ravenport beat all to pieces.
Elm Creek Heights, just some residential
Oh.
area.
It doesn't take much to beat Ravenport, trust me.
Or
We
really
got a
felt
train overpass. Some more fields. Nice little lake.
Very nice. I like that.
I'm going to say it. I think it beats 95% of the maps ever done.
Yeah, I would agree. Giants is definitely getting better with their maps. And the idiots making the comments in the Discord that I just saw, they're the kind that like a flat map with rectangular farms and freestanding metal buildings. So their opinion don't really matter to me.
So they can wait till Stevie comes out with a map
Right.
and updates it every other day for 3 weeks.
Yep.
Has he got it down to 3 weeks now?
I honestly don't know.
I mean, you gotta look at all the new stuff they brought. That tree bark that you know some brought out. I mean, that's night and day difference.
Well,
Everything's night and day difference so far that I can see. It's like
I almost
amazing.
guarantee when you get in the game that tree bark's going to use that new parallax stuff.
Oh yeah, I bet you will.
So anything that has 3D depth to it is going to be far different than even the most detailed flat picture wrapped around a round cylinder.
Yep.
Anyone who ever played FS13 and Hagenstead map should know that the maps are way better now.
I remember.
Been there, done that.
Yeah, I went out on a limb
Give me
today
some
when
genetic.
I said it was the best map Giants has ever done.
Yeah, I think it is too.
With my experience only going back to Goldcrest, which honestly I didn't think was all that bad.
Goldcrest was nice. It just wasn't quite what it should have been, I didn't think, in some respects. But it was a good effort. It was a lot better than anything they had done before that.
Yeah,
It felt a little empty, actually.
It was my first map, so I didn't have a lot to go off of.
Well, even compared to FS19 maps, like FS13 and 15 maps felt very empty.
Right.
Yeah, it was kind of cartoony to me. I mean, Mary's farm up at the top of the hill, it was just weird.
Yeah, that was one thing I didn't like, was the let's just dump everything into a hole in the ground concept. Although they did have a couple of nice scenery objects in there, you know, like a grain elevator and things like that.
So I forgot what I was going to say.
Agnavida went the wrong way.
81 fields or meadows on that map.
Yeah, that's something for sure. That's amazing.
And I probably wouldn't call the fields large, but then again, we didn't really see the PDA colored up where you can actually see the individual fields. We just kind of saw green with some lines around lines, kind of implying that there were roads between fields and stuff. I'm sure if we could see a colored PDA with various crops in it, it would probably look a lot more impressive.
Oh yeah. Speaking of PDAs, I had an interesting thought.
Oh!
Yesterday evening, the 19 PDA was the first one where they've ever done the buildings as the little white rectangles and silos as the little white circles and stuff. It almost makes me wonder if that's the precursor to an active PDA where when you place things, they'll create a new little building for it and delete the old ones as you remove them. That would explain why they were just little white rectangles and such instead of being an actual photo representation of the building.
That would be awesome.
Just a thought I had. Pretty sure it wouldn't be too hard for them to do that, you know.
He's gonna probably be farting around, so why don't you pick your combine out and dump it in mine?
Yeah, I went the long way around. I made a wrong turn.
Oh my gosh, you'd think you might know where it is.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when I'm looking at 3 screens at once. Got the game on one screen, the chat on another screen, and the stream on another screen.
I'm just gonna sit still and let you figure it out.
Sounds like you're a content creator.
Something like that.
Oh, there was a comment in the other stream about if you ever did map videos, map streams, tutorials, they would be like one of the first people to sign up.
Oh, sweet.
I don't remember who said it, but yeah.
Nope.
I've been thinking about it. I might decide to do that with 22. See how it goes.
But my advice to that would be to do them in such a way where you never assume the person knows
Anything.
anything.
Yeah, exactly. And don't go through it too quickly. Explain everything really well.
And explain and yeah.
I think that's all
Only
that
try,
is.
do little steps.
In layman's terms, explain everything.
Yeah, little steps. Like, this is how you make a animal nav mesh. And that's all you do. And the next one might be like, this is how you put in the animal triggers. Building on the nav mesh that you just did. Because some tutorials they try to do way too much, and you're like,
Right, you get lost.
I can't absorb any of that. I've lost. Yeah.
Well, I could teach folks the trick as to how they can put a custom nav mesh in their map and then export it into their pen so they can have nav meshes that actually follow the terrain.
Yeah.
As I've done with Midtown and this one.
Chris is all over it. Rabbit
Well, I got a
Rob with
little
the
bit of
super
time to
chat.
kind of get things.
What is
set
that?
up,
That is
so-
is that a
I just
retro
want to relax
controller
and enjoy
guy?
the game for the first couple of weeks, see where things go, and
Retro controller guy.
That's what you gotta do until you can download E. GE.
yeah, they're supposed to have GE ready on the first day, but that's just a rumor. I don't know if that's going to happen or not.
I'm at the dealership, so you swing in here and empty me.
Okay, I'm coming. I'll be there in just a moment. Now that I know the right way to go back home.
All right, now we can move on into late summer.
I can take two at once.
Don't forget, tomorrow we have Fact Sheet Friday. There's only 4 more of them.
Ooh, can't wait to see what they show on the fact sheet. The old New Holland you're driving, I wish they'd bring that one back. I like that old New Holland. It's nice if you want a small starter farm. Realistic little equipment.
Yeah, if they take them stupid boards off of it, it'd be perfect.
Yep, I know, right?
Yeah, I don't know if they put this one on the equipment list already or not.
But you know, too, it might be a thing where it just comes as a day one mod, too.
We've got one farmer around here that uses one that looks almost identical to it, but I think it's a TR99.
Yep, let's see a lot of them, but yeah, that's my favorite starter. I've even tried taking a G and getting rid of them boards. I meant blender.
They're probably they baked
All
in.
one mesh, probably.
I was trying to cut them off, but I kind of just bumble my way through Blender and get done what I want. If I actually had skill at it, I could probably do it easily.
Is
Well, you
there
could
not,
do a
Chris?
kind of a redneck solution. You could go in there and paint the boards a neutral color, and then you could attach American triangles to them.
That's what I was getting ready to suggest.
Make it look like a farmer did a hack job on it.
Or just
No.
something that would go over top of that. Paint the triangle in the center of it with a white background.
Hey, excuse me, Director, where you going?
Well, I've learned a lot more, so I could probably do it.
Whoa!
And no, the triangle has to be right up the middle of its butt.
What? All right. Let's have a moment of silence for Raznax 99.99 super chat.
Wowzers. You go, Raz.
That's right. Let's see here. He says he wants to thank you for all your support. Oh, that means me. And helping him, not me, get into creation. He is a creator now. Very successful creator. Everyone should go subscribe to his channel right now. Explanation Raz, go subscribe. Tonight he's doing his farewell to FS19 stream. And he thanks everyone for being such an awesome community. Thank you.
Dang, between Mark and
Raz.
Raznik, it's been like a man feelings day.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just about teary-eyed.
Don't
Heck yeah,
Don't-
Raz. Heck yeah.
go. If you need a hug, just hug yourself, okay?
Yeah, hug yourself. Air hug, buddy.
I mean, we don't need to be getting all,
Mushy.
touchy or anything.
Come here, dogs.
Big ol'
Money
round
I
of
paid for. You're
applause.
going to be an emotional sport animals tonight.
Big ol' round of applause.
What do you got planned next, Horse Feathers?
Well, thank you very much, there,
I think we're
Mr.
fast forwarding
Rasnick.
time. I don't know.
Yeah, once I dump this oats, we'll go on.
Hey, they're having a combine convention there.
Oh, by the way, did you honor GTX and put that brand shopping thing in? The signs and all that?
Store sales.
That's it.
Oh wait, it was.
Store
oh
sales.
wait, we didn't put. What?
If you're bored.
Oh my god.
I find it kind of quirky. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Oh, okay. No wait. Okay, that's interesting. It shows we have 81,000 liters of wheat, barley, or oats at the flour production, but it shows, I guess, 0%. It shows 0%.
Yeah, that's because the capacity is like 20 million or something like that. It's really, really big.
Oh well, isn't that interesting?
Because look how big that silo facility there is. I calculated the actual volume of that thing, believe it or not.
All right, let's go sleep here
I'm
at
like,
the pig
holy
farm.
moly, that's a lot of grain that thing can hold.
I hear crickets.
Alright, Will, you see these John Deeres over here? I don't want to see
Yeah,
them in the
yeah.
next map. They are like long in the tooth.
Well, those are like 2011 tractors, so yeah, this is the last iteration of those. I tweaked them a lot for 17, cleaned them up quite a bit, and used them in Emerald Coast.
Well,
And
Chris,
so I just brought them forward one more time. I
sometimes
figured
people
one more
just-
time would be worth it.
just record their gameplay and then
They were
speed
pretty
it up.
chunky when I got a hold of them.
These would be okay, like out in weeds, out in the field somewhere.
Are you
The
all
planter
getting
looks
prompted?
pretty good. Yeah, I just got it. I cleared it. This forage harvester was a really good model back in 2011. The FSUK mod team made it. And it's so laughably funny when I get on the mod hub and see that stupid German cutter that somebody painted into a John Deere, and everybody loves it because it's green and yellow. And it's got the same number as this one. But this is the real one. This is what it really looks like.
I don't know, I haven't used the New Holland. If I'd known about that, that would have been a nice little blender project.
Yeah, this harvester right here, I saw somebody had converted it in 17. Had it really nice looking and it was working really good, but of course it was private.
Potatoes might be ready. Let's see here. I put
Well-
potatoes.
They're the people I like to mess with. So you see something like that, you give me a junky model, and we'll animate it and put it in game.
Well, this model right here on this one is actually very accurate. It just needs to be blenderized and brought forward, you know, to have the AO on it and everything like it should.
Right.
But I mean, as far as mechanically, I mean, all the parts are here. I'm
Come
looking
on,
at it now.
there
All
we
the
are.
pieces and parts are here. It
Sugar
needs better
beets.
hoses, and it needs
This is what I want.
it really needs a good AO map on it, or
Taters
UDM
are
or
still
whatever
growing.
to bring out the details,
Yeah, well,
like the little rivets and stuff. You know,
Oh wait, is it coming across now?
I mean, these right here, these are 2011 textures, but I've just cleaned them up a little bit and did better normals on them. But still, it's very long in the tooth. But this model would be really nice to have it brought into the new game.
All right.
All right, well, maybe that'll be my first project.
I would do it if I was you, because this is a John Deere. You will have everybody banging down your door to get it.
I think
very popular harvester here.
I think
Very
at 22, the John Deere craze is over. Been there, done that.
No, the John Deere craze will never go away. Trust me.
Now all they want, now all they're gonna want is the stone picker uppers.
Too many fanboys.
On this John Deere planter, I made this scenery object off of a real model that I fixed. I put the hoses on it and everything. It's a pretty decent looking max submerge 8-row.
Yeah.
The hoses look real nice on it. I was real happy the way those came out.
Yeah, they look like they've been replaced, so they're newer. But yeah, that's the kind of scenery you could still use if you stick in the woods. Nice jack stand.
Yep. I had to texture that thing a little bit. It didn't look too good the first time. Got a little gold handle on it now.
All right, now we can plant.
The wheat.
What do you want to plant?
We can do wheat, barley, oats.
Look at that American planter he's got. Yeah.
Nice. Nice American placards
I know, right?
behind a nice American tractor.
Well, I guess with game default planters that size, if you really want to go American, you use the, what is it, the Lemkin one? The blue one?
Did you see the
that's an
Farm
American.
Sim Limpkin video?
No, I didn't, but I've heard a lot of good things about it.
They were talking about the cultivator. They were showing off the cultivator. And some Giants guy that I've never seen before drove it and did the cultivation. It was kind of fun.
Actually, I'm not thinking of Lemkin. Lemkin is a German brand. I'm thinking of Monosym, I think it is. That's an American brand. It's a blue and white planter.
Right here, if you look around right in front of me, you see like tire tracks floating?
Yeah, the tire tracks have always done that in the game. They're kind of buggy. Sometimes they'll float. Kind of weird how they do that. Yeah, so it's not a Monosym planter. That must have been a mod I was thinking of.
Think about a Kinsey.
No,
A little
you know,
bit.
we had the, I don't know if you remember, Genetic, how long you've been in the game, but remember back in 2011, if you can go that far back, there was a 24-row Kinsey planter that was made by a modder named XYZ Spain. And it was a very high detail. It got ported to everywhere until it couldn't be ported anymore. It was in 13, it was in 15, and then in 17, I think it was even in 17. But they
I didn't
couldn't.
play 11, but I remember it.
It had a very complicated unfolding sequence for it. And somebody cleaned that thing up really nice and made it a lot better in 15. And when it came out in 17, it used the Giants folding sequence for their big 24-row planter, and it just came right up. Yeah, there's Kinsey in 22. There's two of them. I'm looking forward to that. There's a 24-row that's like the one that we had back in the day, and then there's a swing fold planter, one that kind of swings sideways, pulls up. So very nice, very nice. Then we have the John Deere 1775 as well. But what I really want to see is I want to see like a 12-row American planter, because it's kind of a mid-size and they're real popular around here. 12-row is a very common size in my area.
4 rows are common size.
In the game, yeah.
IRL, silly.
And yeah, Landall stuff would be really great to see that. Because we got some nice Landall mods, but none of the modders who made the Landall stuff have any clue how to put hoses on their discs. So none of them are really that realistic looking. They fold and unfold on pleasant thoughts. They don't use hydraulic pressure apparently.
Maybe they're hand cranked.
Maybe, except there's no hand crank either, so yeah. It's a bit of a problem.
Hawkeye, what is up?
See you, Raz.
Welcome to the stream.
I may pop into your stream later if I get a minute.
What do you want planted on 13?
You can pick barley roads. Basically, I want to see if we get them planted. Do we get an early harvest next year? Because we couldn't double crop this year. And they definitely double crop in Virginia.
I think what we're doing here with the textures is about the best we're going to be able to do for no-till conditions in 19. If it was true no-till, you'd still have stubble sticking up, but anyway.
Well, now with a power hero in front.
Well, that's true, yeah. Well, in
That's
that
what
case, you got the wrong
That's what
texture.
this one is. This one's a power hero. Well, there would still be plant matter in the ground.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
true.
a power hero only really scratches this couple inches down.
That's why I'm excited to see the new ground texturing and the way they've got it implemented. That's going to be really nice. And that's going to unlock the ability to mod it, I think, a little bit better too, because we can put custom ground textures in there that are tweaked for the area that we make our maps, I think.
I don't think I'm going to be that excited about rocks.
Oh no, I don't like the way rocks just multiply on their own. I'm like, really?
It's very realistic. Rocks mate and they multiply.
Yeah, well, that's where pet rocks come from. Pet rocks are domesticated rocks.
Hawkeye likes those. You want to tell him where you got them?
Yeah, that
Ground
was
textures?
a fellow named Antler22 made those. And he made them available in one of the other discords that I'm in. They've used them in a couple of the American maps already. They're real popular. Kurdic Farms, I think, is using them in one of his too. Of course, when he said you can download these and use them, I said, absolutely, yes sir, I will sure do that. Because I like them.
We also have a, there's a different texture Hawkeye for planted.
I should have put some kind of an admirer or something in there where that farmhouse for the Historic Restoration Society, maybe every so often they have parties where all the lights are on and a bunch of people in there walking around on little splines and music playing.
Anyhow, we need to get this map out.
Yep. But I had so many ideas that I didn't get to do because I just don't have the time. I want to take my time more in 22. I'm probably not going to put a map out in less than 3 months. I want to at least give it time to make sure I want to do everything that I want to do in it.
There, we'll hire the helper just so we can chill a little bit. And let's go over here and... So, there you can see the planted texture is a bit different than the seeded texture. There you can see the planted texture again. Oh, this one's crop's got the dead and dried sunflowers when they're still growing.
If they're not 100% dead yet, they got green on the leaves still.
Same with the soybeans, they're all withered and de-leafed. So can we squeeze through here?
Yeah, anything like that that's changing is probably the geo, because these are the same textures I've used in all the maps ever since Emerald Coast.
Ah, the canola's up.
Because I like the Forgotten Plants textures, are really nice. I did a really good job of those. The only one I did not use of his was the corn texture, because his corn texture looks like European corn. It's that green
There
corn.
we got our...
Still green when you harvest it. And in all the farms I've been on in America, it's always dried, brownish, yellowy looking corn when you get ready to cut it.
So yeah, that should be pretty much everything we've planted. Waiting on it to grow.
Although if there's a better brown texture out there, I'd be happy to switch. But this corn texture has the really nice chopped cut look, so it makes it look like it's got real stalks and leaves and junk on the ground. So
Look like Giants revamped theirs a little bit.
well, people that say that they're not listening are crazy. They're got some screws loose in their brain.
They're not listening. The people that are saying that.
Right. Giants is paying attention, because I've seen a definite pattern ever since 2011 or 2011. They do implement things in the game that they see us preferring that we do.
Well, yeah, they don't understand the game development cycle. That development doesn't start when they announce that there's a new game.
No, it don't.
Development starts right after or even before the game launches. They're already developing, planning, and thinking about the next one.
Yeah, they had a little commentary about that a few years back, and one of the Giants devs actually said that the Forestry that everybody complained, or he was either happy with or they complained about in 2015, that actually was something they were thinking about in 2011. And that's why on the 2011 map there was a little lumber mill over there, but it was something you couldn't do anything with. It was just static scenery. So no, Giants did not copy the ever popular Forest mod that came out in 2013. A lot of people accused them of doing that, but Giants already had my plans in motion to put Forestry in the map in 15, and before these other guys even thought about making their mod. So folks that complain like that are clueless. They don't really know what's going on.
Yeah. I mean, I've been in Discords where there's people who are critical of Giants and of Farm Sim that haven't played the game in well over a year.
Right.
And then they come back and they're still critical and making, various remarks. But then they start seeing some of these images that are coming out and some of the gameplay videos, and you know, they've somewhat changed their tune a little bit. They're still skeptical, and that's fine. You know, it's perfectly fine to be skeptical until you can see it for yourself. But yeah, a lot of these, it's just FS19 with mods, or they're flying into a video to make a comment and flying out. There's no way they're actually seeing it with their eyeballs.
Exactly. I'm in another Discord that I'm a member of, and these guys are really happy with the new Elm Creek map. Like one guy is saying that they hit the nail on the head this time. They've been listening to the community, and this is what they've been wanting. You know, the intelligent modding community has been wanting maps like Elm Creek. You know, that are small and tight with realistic scenery and hills and irregularly shaped fields and American-style barns that you can actually use and go into
up,
and
boy?
do things with. And yeah, bing, 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 go down the
Welcome to the
checklist. Giant's got
stream.
it right on every count.
Yeah. I mean, today, there was some folks that they were talking about, I guess, wishing there was more of an American presence, and I was like, well, they've got an American community manager. They didn't know anything about that. And they, you know, he's been on a bunch of their podcasts. They had no idea that there were podcasts, and they've put out 11 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, it's like you got some catching up to do, Lucy.
Yep. I mean, you talk like you're some kind of professional and you know everything about everything, but you haven't seen any of the material.
Yeah, some were, I don't know, not really complaining, but skeptical about how serious they were about having an American presence, because we really haven't seen the American guy. And I was like, well, you know, there's this global thing that's been going on, so
What are you planting, genetic?
there's not really been conventions or things to be seen at.
Oh, here's
And-
another idiot. He says, to be honest, from what I've seen, 22 is just a reskinned version of 19, and it's a bit uglier too.
Then
What an idiot.
then keep playing 19 if you want.
That's right, dude. This guy's a total idiot. He really has no
19
brain
is
cells.
everything that you want in your life, then fine.
Yep.
Have fun with it. They'll be there for as long as you want it to be there. Yeah, it's like, yeah, Giants is going to make a Chicago office. They've been needing to make a Chicago office and talking about it for a long time, but they can't travel. And it seems like they want to basically come over and do all of the office hunting in person, as opposed to just, you know, contract with some business-oriented real estate place to, like, yeah, we need an office complex. These are requirements. Just go find it.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, that's fine. So, we can't get a Chicago office until they can travel. So, hopefully that'll be 22. And hopefully in 22 we'll have, you know, farming conventions and other things again. Like, what's that farming thing that's down in Tennessee or whatever? Kentucky?
Mm.
I know what you're talking about. It's
Yeah, I can't think of it.
Agricultural Expo or something like that.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's like things like that that would have, or can conceivably have, with a U.S. presence. You know, Giants could have a booth or a tent or whatever, you know, and have some game kiosks up for people that aren't familiar with the game to experience it. And representatives of the company could be there, and because if they have a American community manager, you know, they don't have to travel across the ocean to get here. That's the ultimate plan with that office, is to be having more of a U.S. presence.
Right. You're more in touch with the U.S. fan base too, because you're right here already.
Right, right.
Well, I had to comment to that guy. I couldn't hold it back. I mean, gonna light a fire in that Discord.
All right, guys, that is going to do us for the night.
There's that old saying that keeps coming back to my mind: you can't fix stupid. And
We'll probably be
common
back
sense is not really that common.
tomorrow night doing some more seasons testing here on the map, because it's just late summer. We need to get through autumn, winter, and spring next year to see how all of this stuff regrows. The plan is hopefully to release this map early November, so be sure to keep the tabs on the channel. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber. That way you'll get a notification when the map video goes live, and when the map video goes live, then you will know that the map has been released. Head on over to Raz's channel. He's going to be doing his final FS19 stream tonight. In fact, it should be starting any moment now. Explanation point Raz. We'll put the link up there. And go over there and continue your farm sim enjoyment for the rest of the evening. Thanks for coming out and helping tonight.
No problem.
No problem.
And until
Enjoyed
next time, happy farming.
It was 1 ton of fun in the sun.